It's basically irrelevant. Like every single he might as well be talking to himself if we looking at this from like an evidence point of view, or like a, you know, you conversing with someone who's underage, because nothing they do they can consent to. So like just assume everything that you're doing, you're in full control and they're just following your lead and you're the driver in every interaction and in every situation. Why this continue beyond I'm 17, I don't know. You cool though? Good vibes? What good vibe do you have with what vibe do you have with a minor? What's the vibe? What's the vibe? I don't get it. I don't understand. She was responsible enough to tell you that she's a minor and you still said fuck it. I was actually serious though if you was 19. Well, she's not, nigga. She's not. She's not 19. She's 17. She's a minor. Whenever these messages took place, it says December 2021. She wasn't legal. Whatever the case. How old is the cameraman actually? How old is the cameraman?
It said Amp Chris and I almost threw my PC.
How old is the cameraman? I gotta figure that out, bro. Oh, he's crazy as fuck. I don't understand. He's 24. He's 24 now. He's 21 in these messages, or he was 22. That's still too old, bro. It's enough of a it's enough of a problem. But some people look at it like, okay. But some people look at it like age gap not that big of a deal. That's what some people say. But in reality, if the person who's older in the instance is actually making a point to say that they know within these exact text messages and they're acknowledging that I shouldn't be talking to you if you're not at least 19, what he's trying to say right here, I was serious if you were 19. Like the precursor to that is I know it's wrong because you're telling me you're 17. She's saying that. He knows that. They both know that. Regardless of if it's 3 years or 4 years or a little bit of time, he knows that, okay, this is weird. It still shouldn't be happening. You know? It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. It's not that, like, why I don't, whatever. You had me confused, all this other shit. Like, anything beyond this, I just feel like, bro, like, come on. I was laying down out of nowhere. I hear Chris. People recognize me all the time, but you caught me off guard. First time I ran into you. Y'all was on Discord. Bro, stay out of them Discord messages, bro. I'm telling you. See out them Discord messages. You just need to, I don't know, like, just have a place. I don't know. I don't get it, bro. You need to have a place where minors can converse and adults can interact with them in some way or some possibility. I don't know how you do it. I don't know what moderation you need to take place. I don't know how you filter it out. I don't know, but clearly the kids are apparently telling people their age and the adults are the ones that don't give a fuck. Even though I know you could tell by talking to somebody for a certain amount of time, like, oh, I could tell you young or I could tell you a kid. I can assume for myself you're probably underage, but they're telling them this. Like, before we go any farther, they're telling them, yo, I'm a kid, I'm a child, I'm a minor, I'm 17, and they don't care. They don't care. Discord. I play video games. You don't want the smoke. Oh my God. Y'all get minors through Call of Duty. How do you get here? I know this was the plan from the beginning for bro, but like, how do you get here? I know as a 17-year-old, as a kid or whatever the case is, she probably sent a whole bunch of messages back. There's probably interaction and messages that she deleted, right? But this image right here is beautiful. It's disgusting, but it's beautiful because if you are a grown-up and you are talking to a minor, like, this is basically what it looks like. You're talking to somebody who should be invisible to you. You're talking to somebody who, even if they sent anything to an adult, is going to look like they sent nothing because whatever they sent, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is crazy.
She sent this to Kai because he was talking about the Ava Tyson thing.
Oh, and what, she was like, oh, well, you need to watch your circle too?
Nigga, it's not even apparent, nigga. It's here, clear as fucking day. In 2021, you just got caught talking to a minor who was 17 years old. And it's just fucking annoying when shit happen. And shit come up fucking name every time, bro. I get connected in situations. Come relax, bro. Apparently in 2021, this nigga was.
I thought he was crying because he thought it was like a bad thing. I didn't know he was mad. It was like it was involving his name.
Caught talking to somebody that's not the age of consent. Nigga, it gets bad because she lied about her age. She said she was 19. She lied about her age. She ended up saying her age. Said she was 17. Right at that moment, you're supposed to stop texting. When I seen this shit hit the internet, I just woke up. I seen this shit hit the internet. I looked at it. First thing I did was say, hey, let me sit down and let me get down to the bottom of this to completely confirm everything. Everything. I reached out to the person who went online and did all the other shit. I reached out to her and shit.
Everybody's doing the same thing that happened with his other friends.
And she basically, she showed me every single thing. I asked her to confirm the iMessage, to confirm the number. It's confirmed. Alright? All that shit is confirmed. And I'm just sick and tired of having to do shit like this. Because it's like, damn, my nigga, like, somebody who helped me start my whole shit.
That's fucked up, man. He wiping his dry ass face for what? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with being upset that, you know, I don't know how long, you know, he was a cameraman or a part of the team for these people. Like, it'd be like, I mean, you got to cut the nigga off, obviously.
In your opinion, what is the appropriate age gap that's not weird? Can a 23-year-old talk to a 20-year-old? Is it okay for a 27-year-old to talk to a 22-year-old? What's the max someone should go above 18?
I'm not making this about, like, if you got to think about, is the age gap too big? I feel like that should be like your answer. Like, I'm talking specifically about minors. Like, minors is different. There isn't really room for any like ambiguity or like, oh, I might be able to if this works in this particular way. Like, you just, it should just be a simple, you're a kid, I'm grown. And then there's no communication. There's literally no communication that should take place with myself and a minor that isn't related to me, like family-wise. There's nothing for me to entertain. There's no conversation to be had. There's no meeting to take place. There's no game to be played. It's as simple as, if you know me and you watch or something like that, cool, appreciate you, love from afar and everything like that. But connection, I'm giving you my phone number, I want you to hit me up outside of this. Like, no, bro, what are we doing? What's happening in that dynamic for you to think that that's okay? And to your question, even when you're talking about like 27, you just mentioned being 27 and 22, for instance, there are different stages in life. You could technically be 21 years old or 22, like damn near about to graduate college, and you're talking to somebody who's 18 years old. There are different points in life that you are at different ages, basically. You 17 years old, you're still in high school. You 18 years old, you out of high school, you might have a part-time job, you might be trying to figure out whether or not you're going to college. You 19, 20, you're in college. You're 21, you're allowed to drink. You've gone to bars. You've probably been to trips with your friends. You've probably been out the country. Your parents aren't hounding you as much. The different accesses that you have at different points in your life, and they're short points. It's not like you 20 years old and then you got to wait till you're 40 to go on your first trip out the country or some shit like that. No, the things that you're likely to do at these ages, like the access that you have to the world, open up so broadly in such a short time frame, and they mature you in such vast ways that some people thinking that looking at like a 4-year age gap is like not any cause for concern. But the difference in experiences in life that y'all have are very vast. I wouldn't call somebody a creep, but I would call y'all very different. I would very easily like be able to point out the different stages of life that you're in. So in no stretch of the word am I entertaining the thought that a 21-year-old that is almost graduating college age, you know what I'm saying, has anything really in common with a senior in high school. If y'all are both like, if y'all 21 plus 22 and you dealing with 25-year-old or something like that, I don't think that's creepy. Even though I think you're going to be a different person at 25 than you are at 21, I don't think it's creepy. But like I said, at that stage, that 17 to like 21, 22 gap, like that's a very powerful growth stage. You're not the same at all in that time frame. That's very delicate. At some point, you know, I'm sure we're going to get to a point where they may raise the age of adulthood at some point, because you still very much a kid in this instance. Yeah, I mean, if y'all both in high school, some people graduate late 18, like I said, or obvious exceptions to the rule, but most cases, it's not that hard to just be like, or just assume. There's no such thing, like there's no, you're mature for your age. There's no, oh, I think you grew faster than the other ones. There's no, you've been here before. There's none of that, bro.
Like that Dryer Michelle and Jalen Green shit threw me off.
No, she's a weirdo. The women that go after the young NBA players, they're weirdos. They're weirdos. Those 25, 28 plus women that be looking at the newly drafted, you know, athletes, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to start with it. Like, you're a weirdo, bro. You're weird. I'm just expecting too much from people, because at the end of the day, if it wasn't your morals that was preventing you from talking to a child, I would assume it at the very least, it will be, what could I lose? What do I have to lose if this goes wrong? Like, that's what blows me. That's what makes me look at people and like, yo, you actually have a problem. There's something wrong upstairs for you, to where you think, yeah, my moral is not going to stop me. The law not going to stop me. But damn, I got people that I work with, that I'm connected to, who have changed my life, I'm assuming. I'm working with a brand. You know what I'm saying? I'm with a team of people that if I go down, they could come with me. Practically speaking, why are you not looking at that like, oh, yeah, I could never do that. Even if I wanted to, even if I thought about it, I could never do it. The fact that all of that's just like, nah, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't know, bro. You have serious problems, like serious issues. You would think that the social ostracization of people at the very least, or like the shame, if nothing else, will prevent somebody from going down that path. They don't give a fuck. They see a minor and they don't think to themselves that that's off limits.
How do you go about these conversations with younger children? You can't shelter them away from these sort of topics, but it's also like, how do you let them know that it's sick people out there?
Gotta prevent them from doing shit. My mom and I had this conversation, I think with my sister a lot when we were growing up. And technically speaking, you would want some women to be able to, or all women to be able to like do whatever they want in terms of wearing whatever clothing that they want, or maybe taking a jog at night, or going certain places alone. But you end up policing what it is that they do, because you know that there are weirdos out here. There are weirdos that are looking to do X, Y, Z. So you take extra precaution, and you tell them to take extra precaution, even though it requires more work on them and more responsibility. Unfortunately, that's just the world that we live in. Same thing with being, I mean, as far as me being black and dealing with the police when I was growing up, my mom and my dad would say, hey, there's certain things that we need you to have to do because we know, or we think that you'll be at a bigger risk because of these particular people and because of these cases that we've seen. We don't want you to wear this. We don't want you to do this. We don't want you to do that. That didn't stop a lot of, you know what I'm saying, interactions. But at the end of the day, they're like, yo, we got to make sure that you're safe. So we require you to do more because we know that you're at a higher risk. And it's going to be the same thing with children. You got to watch adults. You got to not talk to strangers. You got to, you know, you got to tell me anytime somebody says X, Y, Z, even though they shouldn't be talking to you in the first place. So it always requires more work on the potential victims. There's no way to go through the rest of the world where you're just teaching the people that could victimize. You're always going to put more responsibility on the potential victim. So that's just the way the world works. The people that are in jeopardy have to be more cautious. They have to be more attentive. They have to be more aware, while the people who are doing it don't receive any training or don't receive any rehabilitation or don't receive any punishment a lot of the time. You look at how long they took your boy Cody Ko to respond or whatever the fuck. Look at the way that the Dr. Disrespect dude responded. Ava Chris Tyson, horrible fucking apology. This Chris dude, no legal repercussions. There's no consequence for the niggas that do this. They get to make an apology, they go through a little public scrutiny, and then after they fade from relevance, they get to live a normal life. Where's the rehabilitation in that?